go.
Take yourself a picture when I'm standing.
Yes, your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My 2 Cents. Today we've got TechCrunch. Microsoft wins Jedi contract from Pentagon, but it looks like Amazon is pissed off about this. This was a huge contract worth about $10 billion. Yes, I said it, $10 billion. Amazon is very upset. So we're going to take a look at this right now, and I'll give you my 2 cents on the whole situation. I think it's more to it than this meets the surface. Again, this is out of TechCrunch, and this article is from last month regarding the announcement of Microsoft winning the bid for the Joint Enterprise Defense Infrastructure contract. It's a cloud contract worth about $10 billion over a period of 10 years. With this, Microsoft will provide infrastructure and platform services for both the Pentagon's business and mission operations. The Department of Defense's chief information officer said the national defense strategy dictates that we must improve the speed and effectiveness with which we develop and deploy modernized technical capabilities to our women and men in uniform. The DoD Digital Modernization Strategy was created to support this imperative. This reward is an important step in the execution of the digital modernization strategy. Microsoft beat out Amazon in the final round for this lucrative contract after the two cloud giants beat out other competitors like IBM and Oracle in the earlier round. Many pundits considered Amazon to be the front runner to win the deal. Amazon said that they were surprised by this conclusion. I'm not, to be honest with you. The reason why I'm not surprised is that, look, Amazon, we all know Amazon is really sharp. They're ahead of their competitors by leaps and bounds. But at some point, you got to start playing and leveling out the playing field here, in my opinion. I think the government went ahead and just gave it to Microsoft simply because Amazon is so big. They have so many hands in the pot. And, you know, they're trying to basically level out the playing field here with this one. Maybe you guys aren't aware, but Amazon actually was awarded a huge contract by the government. And it looks like it was actually a deal with the CIA in Amazon. They were awarded a $600 million contract a few years ago. So, you know, they're not hurting here. We all know that. They're not hurting. But, you know, there is a twist to it. Some are saying that Trump, because Trump is not a fan of Jeff Bezos, went ahead and awarded the contract to Microsoft as a shot at Jeff Bezos. Hey, I mean, this is business. This is how business is, right? I'm sure Microsoft is very, very excited about it. And the TechCrunch article goes on to say the process to get to this point has been anything but uncomplicated, though with various lawsuits, last minute recusals, and other controversies, with even the president getting involved at one point. It'll remain to be seen how Microsoft's employees will react to this news. Last year, a number of Microsoft employees posted an open letter asking the company not to bid for the contract. More recently, its employees also protested against GitHub's relatively small $200,000 contract with the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency. Against this backdrop, chances are we'll see similar protests now that the company has won this deal with the Pentagon. So that's the original article from TechCrunch, but let's take a look at what just a few days ago, Amazon, in an effort to challenging the whole Jedi contract award that was given to Microsoft. What sore losers they are, as if they don't have enough money. Greed and capitalism. This is crony capitalism right here, people, at its finest. Surely just about everyone was surprised when the Department of Defense last month named Microsoft as the winner on the decade-long $10 billion Jedi contract. None more than Amazon, of course. The company everyone assumed all along would be the winner. Today, the company confirmed earlier reports that it was challenging the contract awarded in the Court of Federal Claims. The Federal Times broke this story in a statement, and Amazon spokesperson suggested that there was possible bias and issues in the selection process. Amazon is uniquely experienced and qualified to provide the critical technology the U.S. military needs and remains committed to supporting the DoD's modernization efforts. Amazon continued to say, we also believe it's critical for our country that the government and its elected leaders administer procurements objectively and in a manner that is free from political influence. Help me out. When has that ever happened, though? Numerous aspects of the Jedi evaluation process contain clear deficiencies, errors, and unmistakable bias, and it's important that these matters be examined and recertified. An Amazon spokesperson told TechCrunch. It's certainly worth noting that the President of the United States has not hidden his disdain for Amazon CEO and founder Jeff Bezos, who also is owner of the Washington Post newspaper. Oracle also filed a number of protests throughout the process, including one with the Government Accountability Office that was later rejected. It also went to court and the case was dismissed. All of the protests claimed that the process favored Amazon. The end result proved it didn't. The president interjected himself in the decision process in August, asking the Defense Secretary Mark Esper to investigate once again if the procurement process somehow favored Amazon. And the week the contract was awarded, the White House canceled its subscription to Look at this, people. The week the contract was awarded to Microsoft, the White House canceled its subscription to the Washington Post. I love it. I love it. That's some gangster stuff right there, man. In October, the decision finally came and the DoD chose Microsoft. Now Amazon is filing a challenge in the federal court, and the Jedi saga really ain't over until it's over. And just to let you guys know, this was about 5 hours ago this came out. This is out of itnews.com. Says that the U.S. defense chief rejects Amazon's accusation of bias in Jedi contract. It says conducted freely and fairly without any type of outside influence. That's what the U.S. Defense Secretary Mark Esper said on Friday, rejecting any suggestion of bias in the Pentagon's decision to award Microsoft Corp an up to $10 billion cloud computing contract. He said, "I'm confident it was conducted freely and fairly without any type of outside influence." Amazon says the politics got in the way of a fair contracting process. President Donald Trump, as I've told you guys just before, has long criticized Amazon and its founder, Jeff Bezos. So we'll see how this transpires. I personally think it's not going to be reversed. I'm going to be honest with you. And if you guys are wondering what exactly this whole Jedi cloud contract is all about, it's essentially going to help move about 80% of all Department of Defense's data across classifications off premises. And the leaders believe that the Jedi Cloud project will change the way America fights on this planet by utilizing artificial intelligence like never before. It says the dominance in AI is not a question of software engineering, but instead it's a result of combining capabilities at multiple levels. And this Secure World article poses the question, why did the U.S. military shoot down a multi-cloud environment? You would think that was more secure as far as redundancies, not having everything on one infrastructure. But they say the answer to this actually appears in a lawsuit, and the government claims it is linked to cybersecurity. So in an Oracle America versus U.S. and Amazon Web Services, Oracle claims the government's approach to awarding the single cloud contract has been unfair. And I told you about this particular suit earlier in the video. The judge's ruling in this pre-bid complaint reveals that the Cloud Computing Program Office looked at multi-cloud solutions and reached the following conclusion. It says ultimately it concluded that this approach would be technically more complex. Using multiple vendors would significantly complicate management, raise the risk profile, compromise ease of use, create new security vulnerabilities, and impede interoperability. The office recommended that the agency proceed with the acquisition of services from one single cloud service provider. I think I have to agree with that one. Could you imagine trying to coordinate and sync business processes and everything across multiple corporations? I don't think that would be a good thing at all. So they say that in this future high-end environment, the DoD envisions a world of algorithmic warfare and autonomy in which competitive advantage goes to the side that understands how to harness 5G, AI, enterprise cloud, and quantum computing into this whole operational model. So, you know, this looks to be a move by the DoD essentially to ready themselves for the next generation of war. It's going to be probably not kinetic. It's going to be cyber. It's going to continually be more on a cyber level. Quantum computing, AI, that's where you have to be ahead of your opponents going forward. And this is why this is a very big contract. And there's a lot of uproar about who received it. What do you guys think? Is this something that will definitely be reversed, or do you think Microsoft got it? You know, you had Oracle complaining that Amazon was showing favoritism, And at the end of the day, the contract was actually given to Microsoft. So I don't know, man. I think those liberals over there on the Amazon side are a little salty over the loss. Maybe they can impeach Trump over this one as well. Let me know your thoughts about this whole situation. Do you think it'll be reversed, or do you think the Jedi contract will continue forward with Microsoft? Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell to receive more news like this. It's your boy Crypto Blood. I'm out of here. Ha!
If y'all in the building, then we are intruders. Simmer down.